Excellent. And that brings us to our first session, our trendsetter session, right? Using low code to scale professional service organizations in 2021 and beyond. So today I'll be joined by David Lasher from Keen 360. David is one of the partners, solution architect, delivery executive, thought leader for IT-enabled businesses and transformation, and really specializes in the CRM domain as well. So welcome, David.
Thanks, Eric. Looking forward to the next 15, 20 minutes.
Oh, gotcha. I don't see you on the camera. You might want to turn on your camera just so, you're a handsome guy, David. We want to make sure everybody sees you. Don't be shy. Excellent. Again, welcome to the marathon. As always, pleasure to have you. We've done a few of these together, and it's always been a great experience. So I'll turn it over to you, and you can go ahead and share your presentation.
Okay, let's make sure that, do I have control at the moment?
No, you should have, if you go to view options and request control, you should be good to go.
I am going there and requesting control.
And I think you have it now.
Okay. So thanks, Eric. And, we came up with this session and the title a while ago. And I'm looking at the word scale there. It's not a question of low code just to get bigger, right, and more efficient. I also want to emphasize, Eric, and I want to encourage you to jump in when you have thoughts. It's getting better as well, right? It's scaling and improving. And I think that's where low code can help in both respects. We already went through who I am, and so why do professional services organizations need low code? Where can it help? And these are just a selection of trends that I'm experiencing as somebody who's in professional services, as both a management consultant and a systems integrator, right? You see it, Eric, as well. You're a software vendor, but sales enablement. You work with a lot of partners in professional services. And so let me go around the clock here real quickly. And Eric, I don't want you to shut down the video stream on me, but I want to mention a report that's pretty interesting by a competitor, Salesforce, right? So they released a survey of trends in professional services back towards the end of last calendar year, and some of their trends confirm my own experience and what we see here. As I'll be talking about, Salesforce isn't low code, and I don't think it's the best choice, but the report is worth looking at. Okay, that would be my points, and it's data for what we're seeing here. And I think everybody knows that remote work, because of the pandemic, is the new way of working, right? Operating, nothing new there. My contention would be that while folks have gotten pretty comfortable with tools like Zoom here, notwithstanding my own inability to find the video earlier, right? Everybody's figured that out, but have we really figured out how to work better? And on the right there, virtual client relationships, as I'm saying, we hear a lot of organizations say, yeah, we've been able to continue to grow and reach new customers. But what I would submit is that we're not yet at the point where we're seeing the impact of not being able to meet with one another, right? I submit that what has been happening is that we've been eating into our seed corn in terms of relationships. All of us have been, right? And we've all realized that we have to retain the accounts that we already have, right? But how? If you're selling professional services, you're selling solutions, right? You're building relationships. I know in my business, I'm looking to become trusted advisor to my clients, right? I'm not just slapping in technology. How do we do that if we can't meet together, right? And then the bottom two there, organizational agility and transformation, accelerating digital transformation. They're related, but different, right? I myself, prioritize. I love low code because for the first time ever in my IT career, stretching 25, 30 years at this point, I'm finding that the IT platforms with low code can get out of the way, right? And deliver true agility. And then digital transformation initiatives, I will tell you, Eric, that if I hadn't read the Salesforce report and done some conversations with others leading up to this, I wouldn't have put this here because I think it's surprising how many organizations have left. They're not eating their own dog food, right? Professional services organizations in IT anyway. There's a lot of manual processes still, and there's it's time to make the shift now, right? And that's the point of number 4 there. Okay, so Eric, any comments there? Any reactions?
Yeah. I think these are all definitely great points, David. And I'm with you on sustaining those relationships while we're virtual. I thought it was going to be a bigger challenge than it has been. We've been able to maintain, but I think you brought up a good point. Are we just living off of those existing relationships that we have at this point? As a sales professional, I never thought virtually anybody would cut me a check over over the phone or over video. I thought I had to be there to have that handshake. And I'll be interested to see, as we get back to some sense of normalcy here, what that environment is going to look like. I'm predicting it's going to be kind of a hybrid model, right? Where we recognize that we can be effective virtually, but for those relationship meetings that we have to get out there and shake hands. I'm hoping to get back to that soon because it's what I truly enjoy.
Yeah, and that's where we have those ad hoc human conversations where we hear a need of the client, right? Not just in IT. I mean, professional services and legal services, right? I mean, accounting services, right? We hear those needs that if you're not face to face, if you're not breaking bread together on the other side of the table, it doesn't come up in a Zoom conversation, right? So, all right, let me move on. And Eric, I'm going to an audience. I'm going to move. Well, do you want to do the poll?
Yeah. I think it's time to engage the audience here as well. So we'll have a poll that you can submit your answers in the chat section. The poll today is: what is the top challenge your organization faces today? We have five options here for you, and it'll be interesting to see what we have as a result. And as we're waiting for those, David, you can continue, and I'll just chime in when I have them ready.
Okay, and I'm going to move pretty quickly. A little bit of level setting first, and some of the value proposition, what's possible with Creatio low code. And by the way, Eric, I want to share with the audience that I don't think I'm a Creatio bigot. Okay, what I want to share is that my business partner, we did due diligence in 2019 on where low code was and which platform, if any, we wanted to choose. And we selected and have stuck with Creatio because of its workflow engine, the BPM engine. I'll get to that later. But this is the value proposition, and it can deliver operational agility. And in just a couple minutes, I'm going to give some examples for professional services. This is what is genuinely now possible. Business process automation. This to me is the secret sauce, the secret weapon of the Creatio platform. There are several good low-code platforms out there. I don't know of one that is better for automating business processes. So if you're workflow oriented across multiple teams, multiple organizations, I think Creatio is the choice. And we see some metrics here, right? The automation can make a difference, and it's being adopted. So I'm going to be talking about how Creatio can specific professional services examples, working with teams, whether it's sales or delivery, Eric, and professional services. We're always, it's fluid, right? We're working with our own teams and our own organization, with subcontractors, co-partners, right? In professional services, more so than other industries. Collaboration doesn't happen through SharePoint. You need a tool. You need a workflow tool, automation tool. Accelerating. I'm going to move quickly through some of these. You're going to automations, efficiencies, some cost downs. They are low-hanging fruit. bespoke function, getting the right functionality to all your teams, even though they're doing different things, need to use the same platform, and then saving some costs. So all I'm here to tell you from our own business, we use Creatio to run our business. It's all achievable. Okay. Now, before I go into how so for professional services, any comments from you, Eric, on that?
Yeah. Well, it's not so much a comment, but I have the results of our poll. So this is, very interesting. So in first place, we have orchestrating proposals and deals as being the biggest challenge. And tied for second, we have adapting to market changes and reducing operational and IT costs. So I would have put a sixth bullet in there and said all of the above, because we talk to a lot of customers, and we see that there are just so many challenges out there that they're experiencing. But yeah, interesting results.
Yeah, my point of view is um, orchestrating teams and making that seamless transition, the successful transition from the sales process to the delivery process.
Mhm.
So. Let me give some examples, Eric. With what
Yeah.
we have a handful of minutes to go. Is that correct?
Sure. Yes.
So this is, I mean, all of this is possible. I want to emphasize in the middle there the business processes, and I'm going to use the puzzle piece in the bottom left to say the reporting platform embedded on the Creatio platform. It's the two of those together that I think are the standout capabilities that organizations adopting this platform can get value from. I know King 360 and our clients, that's what we're seeing. The point of this slide, this is general industry. This isn't specific to professional services. There's a simple takeaway here, which is please don't think that Creatio is just about front office processes. It's really about the middle office as well. This isn't saying that you want to go out and reinvent ERP, right, with the platform. It's to say that filling in the gaps where front office and back office, right, filling in collaboration across the both, generating the invoices on maybe the CRM side, because that's, in my point of view, where the project manager should sit, right? Yeah, I said delivery, right? Bringing them together, that's the beauty of the platform. But any process in the organization is suitable for automation with this platform. And so 2 slides, but I'm going to wrap up with making some key points on 2 themes, very specific to professional services. I want to say, I'm surprised how many people are still using, Eric, what I call jackrabbit CRM platforms in professional services. And what do I mean by jackrabbit CRM? I mean good platforms, and I'm going to call a couple of them out, right? Like HubSpot, Pipedrive, that allow you to get a short way really quickly, but leave you there after that first sprint. They don't grow with you, right? After you're doing email, contact, account management, there's the team collaboration, right? The workflow, it's not there, and you outgrow those platforms very quickly. And to be clear, I love HubSpot. I use it myself for some more B2C types of organization, community organizations that I'm involved in, right? It's just, there are boundaries there. And so if you're multi-team, as we see here, multi-organization pursuing or delivering, you want to be able to hit a button and schedule meetings, send out invitations to an RFP response team that the next iteration is available of the RFP response is available for everybody to look at. Be able to define who's on the drafting team, the writing team, and who's on the reviewing team. All of this is very possible with the Creatio platform. And I submit that it's not even easy to do on the Salesforce platform, right? You're configuring a lot custom. Yeah. Automated cadences, running your team meetings, running your steering committee monthly meetings, right? In a 3-tier governance model. Outside, in professional services, if you're engaged with outside stakeholder groups, community groups, for example, bringing them in to hear their voices, That's not easy to do if you're not using a platform that is built for, like Creatio is, with all the tools that are there to control who can see and do what down to the field level, right? What else? The RFP response. I find that professional services organizations are pretty terrible at RFP responses. So you can be higher quality response, lower effort, save some money. And I'm going to jump to the last bullet there. Find it, managing your references, right? No, I know very few professional services organizations that do that well, right? But using the knowledge base that's in Creatio, having some automate, controlling who can see and do what, right? I was a partner at IBM, there was always a food fight about who was able to use a key reference, right? In the sales product, putting in a request, can I use this reference for this account? Having it be automated, price quotes and getting them out, right? All way beyond what I teed up as Jackrabbit CRM.
Yeah.
And let me close with about 60, 90 seconds, Eric, with making that transition from sales to delivery. It's usually not done well. HR, the resource manager, should be brought in the latter stages of an opportunity to make sure that you have the right people to deliver what you're selling, generating the invoices, running change requests, keeping your project team on the same platform or integrating with a platform that your team uses for task and work management, maybe a Jira system, all very feasible with Creatio and its automations, its APIs, REST APIs for integration, the closed loop sales to delivery. It's within reach. I want to submit, it's within reach within 30 to 60 days for an organization that might be interested in getting started with this platform. And Eric, I think that's it. Do you want to close on saying a little bit about this? And
yeah, absolutely. And David, what a professional, right on the money. You hit that time slot, so perfect. And that really is what's at the heart of the Creatio platform, right? We believe that we can create a world where we can manage that customer journey through our low-code platform to make everybody a developer, composable applications, the business process management engine to drive those workflows and those processes across an organization end to end, as you had mentioned, right? Everything from lead to revenue. And leveraging our unified CRM, to manage those customers, to manage those profiles at a deeper level than like I said, what's in the pipeline. We need to understand our customers and how to support them, and it goes back to our virtual support of our customers. So
sorry about that.
Yeah, no, that's okay. Unfortunately, I think because we're right at time, we'll have to let our offline team answer any of the questions today. But David, as always, just tremendous value in everything that you bring. Thank you for being part of our low code marathon.
Yeah, and Eric, thank you for having me. Thanks to the marketing team for helping me with the slides, and anybody that wants proof points. We've got videos that people could look at. Just contact me. It's easy to find me. Okay.
There we go. Perfect. David, thanks again, sir.